One of the ways we evangelize is, as we saw in today's first reading from the Acts of the Apostles, in which Philip is talking to the Ethiopian eunuch and proclaiming the scriptures to him, and especially the prophets that were looking forward to a Messiah. And then the key phrase is, was that prophet talking about himself or somebody else? And then he shows that it was actually Jesus Christ and that Messiah has come. I think for us, in a little bit more of a distance time away from the immediate resurrection of Jesus, one of the ways, many ways, we can evangelize is to stir up in people a desire for something more that they may not even know that they're looking forward to in this person of Jesus. And that's kind of the background to how I want to talk about today's gospel. I don't know, as I get older, it happens as we all age that we have our celebrities, our favorite musician or artist or sports figure or whatever, and some of them die early, and we're like, oh, well, they had a lot of stardom, and they just died too young. And then as you get older, it's like, oh, I grew up with those people, and they were a little bit older than me, and now they're like retiring or they're dying off. And we have such a celebrity-based culture, and we put a lot of time and energy into that. I should add politicians as well can kind of follow that category. And but they come and go, and so we just kind of move on to the next person. And then we kind of wonder why something's a little bit empty when we're always kind of looking. And these people are usually, national world figures. We don't have a relationship with them. We don't know them. We dream about maybe someday, seeing them in the same arena at a music concert, or we almost feel close to them with technology and whatnot. But we don't really have a relationship with them. And then we see Jesus saying to us today that he is the bread of life that gives eternal life. And that when he is giving himself in the Eucharist, first of all, what he is saying is that when you have a relationship with me, I'm not going away. I'm not just the latest fad. I'm not just, I'm going to burst onto the scene and maybe stick around for 3 years, maybe a decade, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe things go back to that especially again if it's music or whatnot, you're not going to move on from me. You're not going to want to move on from me because what I have is lasting. And that I'm coming to you in a way in the Eucharist that is so personal and intimate that you're not going to have a distance relationship or the desire. We're gonna be very close to each other. And that's what our hearts desire most in our life. And when we see Jesus, I think, a little bit in contrast as to many things in our faith, we begin to understand, first of all, what our hearts are longing for, as well as what we have in our faith, and especially in the sacrament of the Eucharist. Jesus is not a celebrity. He is the Messiah that's promised. He has come. He has died for us. He's been raised from the dead. And he continues to live among us, and especially to give himself, this very person, as the living bread from heaven. As we participate and have communion with him, let us celebrate this basic core truth of the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ.